Hey, I'm Helen. I'm here with Emily and Christine. We're going to do a 3-minute pose breakdown of Pigeon, or in Sanskrit, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, which I never say, so we'll just call it Pigeon. A couple different ways. Christine's going to do the kind where you're laying kind of more on your belly, and Emily will show us on your back, a more supine pigeon, but I'll walk you guys through both. So we'll start with Christine in a downward facing dog. And Pigeon is an awesome pose to get into your hips, to kind of release your glute, your piriformis, low back. Most of us hold lots of tension here. So we'll start in a down dog splits, left leg to the sky. Reach your leg high, and then exhale, bring your shin forward. Imagine you're reaching your left knee to your left wrist and your foot to your right wrist. Perfect. So some teachers you'll hear say, bring your shin parallel to the top of your mat. Most of us can't get there. Christine's pretty open as it is, but this is a beautiful angle for where she is right now today. Really flex your toes. That'll create some activation through your leg muscles to protect your knee. She's gonna sit up nice and tall, beautiful. And then exhale, crawl forward, release her hands down. Yeah, so you start to take a little peek back. Toes, you wanna point straight back behind you. Some people end up sickling their toes in. So you've got this long line of energy, and you're just letting gravity do some of the work. Gently press your body toward the ground. She probably feels this in her glutes, her hip a little bit, maybe her low back. Arms can stack. Some people like to reach out in front. A lot of times what you'll see people do, I don't want to say wrong, but maybe incorrectly, is they kind of roll all the way onto one hip and have the other hip lifted. So the goal is really to have both hip bones pointing down. The leg that's in front, you want to draw that hip back, and the leg that's back, you want to draw that hip forward just to even it out. So you can stay here all day. When you're ready to switch, Christine, feel free. And Emily's gonna show you the version on your back. So more of a supine pigeon. She's gonna start just laying on her back, knees bent up to the sky, whichever way you wanna do it. Yeah, and then place your feet on the ground. So her knees are pointing up. She's gonna take one ankle across the opposite thigh, knee out to the side. Perfect, so this is great for people with knee issues. If it's not comfortable to sit upright like Christine was doing, you can stay right there. Again, find that activation, flex your toes. Or if you want a little bit more, reach for your right hamstring, left arm between your leg. There you go, right hand behind. And then she can relax her head down. So this is another great way to, again, use gravity to kind of get your weight a little bit closer to the ground. Same stretch, just as good, just a different option. And then same thing, Emily, feel free to switch sides so you mix it up. That is Pigeon pose. You'll often see this at the end of class as a way to release your low back, your hips. If you feel open enough for it, you can certainly do it earlier in class or as a standalone pose. In a yin practice, we sometimes hear this called sleeping swan or swan pose. And often there's less of an exaggeration of that front angle, so your foot's a little bit closer to your hips, kind of how I notice most people tend to do it anyway. Tips for another time, we're gonna be taking this into a twist or a back bend into a different variation of your king pigeon. But for today, that's our pigeon pose. Thanks, guys. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any requests, send me an email, helen@floatingyogaschool.com, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post new videos every week.